In Canada, RBC's report says it'll cost $2 trillion to get to net zero by 2050. We spend apparently about $15 billion a year, governments today. That number has to go to $60 billion a year. And we could be the best global citizens and do all of the work. But if the United States, China, India, Brazil, Russia, and others don't follow, we are asking a lot of people to pay a lot of money without necessarily knowing that it will have a significant impact. So I appreciate the dialogue we've had here today. I hope that we get really tight on what we mean by benefit and what we mean by cost. I think that's important so that people can there's transparency around what things cost. But I'm somewhat skeptical that we're going to get there in a very linear path. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, MP Chambers. And now over to the Liberals, MP Zarowitz, for 5 minutes, please.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. I thought I had a lot more time to prepare, Mr. Chair. But I will continue with I think, the line of questioning that Mr. Chambers had started. I'm a little bit surprised because I have a lot of regard for my colleague on this line of questioning. I will say to you that if we do not try and do everything we can to try to get to net zero, under a good regulatory regime and with prudent risk management and some of the other key things that we talked about today, we will be far worse off, and the costs would be much higher. And we're all policymakers here, so if we put our head in the sand and say, well, it sounds like a lot of money, I'm not quite sure if we'll get there because it sounds really complicated and it's going to be difficult and it won't be linear, well, let's not do anything. That's crazy. Climate change is happening. Have you guys actually seen the International Panel on Climate Change report that came out? Just came out yesterday. It raised not one alarm bell. It raised ding, 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 massive amounts of red alarm bells. And they're saying we are not on a path that is going to limit our climate change to 1.5%. So it is urgent that we stop sort of figuring out, oh, is it $2 trillion, is it whatever trillion dollars? The cost of not doing everything we can in a responsible way with good policy, bringing public sector partners under good risk management, under good regulatory regime is unacceptable. So that is why we are here doing this study. And so I'm trying to see what my question is, Mr. Chair, because right now I'm just finding a little bit crazy what I just heard a couple of minutes ago. And again, I have high regard for my colleagues on the other side. So look.